Good evening, my dark webbers and YouTubers. It's Anonymous Gamer coming to you live yet again with another report on the dark web. Well, today I've actually been finding all kinds of things on the dark web lately, like guns, knives, little things like drugs and stuff like that too. Like mostly have to do with a lot of illegal things that actually have to do with some stuff that's like chaos in this world. But I digress on that situation. The one that's kind of very interesting is actually finding a whole bunch of stuff that's actually to do with the Ku Klux Klan now. So far, they actually have an actual website in the dark web. Can you believe that? The actual Ku Klux Klan has a dark web page. Now that's freaky. Now the one thing that I'm wondering though too is that how the hell does the government allow people to go ahead and put all kinds of shit on the dark web, like serial killer shit, pedophile shit, all that other shit, if you notice, like all that serial killer shit and everything like that. That's one thing I'm, starting to get tired of. Like, I've actually found a lot of stuff that's kind of interesting too, is that you can actually get a phone that has Linux built into it. See, you can actually get a phone that you can actually go ahead and hack any computer, any internet service that you want, without actually having to rely on any capability of that. But I digress on that situation because there's a lot of stuff that actually goes on in the world too. Like, funny thing is though, the government itself. The government has no purpose of actually sticking their nose in a lot of shit that we actually do in America. See, I mean, to tell you the truth, they actually fuck with us every single day. Can you believe that? The government fucks with us. I wish that they wouldn't fuck with us. Then we would actually have a term and consequencing of capability of understanding the whole entire world and the chaos itself. But the funny thing is, though, about that is that the government can't comprehend what the fuck do they, figure this out. Why the hell do they pick on the public? Why the hell do they pick on the old people? I mean, seriously, I was watching this YouTube video today that this one guy was telling this police officer to get off this kid, okay? Because I don't know what the kid did, but this old man was telling him to get off the kid, and he kept on poking him with his stick and everything, and the cane to be exact. And the one that's kind of fucked up is that the fucking old man got knocked down as well, too, by this stupid fucking cop. And I'm tired of that shit to see people that are old age, and the guy was a freaking military veteran, for God's sakes, and the freaking cop goes in and tears him down, all because he was poking at him with his cane. Come on. You're gonna freaking knock over a person for hitting a damn cop over the head because you're tackling the kid and you're choking the kid to death. Come on, cops. What the fuck's wrong with you? The one that's kind of interesting is that there's actually a lot of stuff that actually happens in the world that we don't even know about. Like, in perspective, like, there's a lot of shit that if we actually had a capability of actually being able to get along with everybody, it would be a lot easier. See? Also, what's kind of interesting, too, is that on the capability of Linux programs, you can actually put a Linux program that has to do with Mr. Robot that's actually on TV, which is mainly based on a hacker that goes ahead and starts hacking all kinds of security and services that are on the dark web itself or actually on the surface web. See, so he's able to go ahead and get whatever he wants, like profiling, being able to go ahead and hack into Wi-Fi signals, no problem or anything like that. But that's very interesting. That's actually that they actually have an actual hacking tool that's based with Linux that you can go ahead and use the actual same thing too. It also has capabilities of breach attacks too, so you can go ahead and breach into security systems that you want. But you have to make sure that you're actually very careful when you actually breach into those security systems too. See, like when it comes to the government security system, you want to make sure you have one hell of a capability of lock system because they will definitely find your cookies in a hurry, depending on the outcome of who the hell the hacker is at the time, anyways. Because there's like a lot of different hackers that they got, but not that good of a hacker capability actually. So, do you guys have any questions for me, or do you have a question for me at all? My so far one fan I have right here. The one that's kind of interesting though too is that you can actually find a lot of interesting things on Skid Row too. You can find has to do with ecstasy, LSD, acid. There's a lot of things that you do with that too. Like you can find date rape drugs too. In perspective, I'm not going to be able to give you guys any of the capability of descriptions for the dark web because in perspective, you have to go find that source of that stuff on your own on that situation. Okay. And also, some of the situations are actually very scary to go to the dark web itself, too. Because, like, if you guys understand that the dark web is not that very good and chaotic of understanding the situation of the whole entire system of how we actually find all these, you know, applications that, are not supposed to be on the dark web, but are supposed to be in the actual world itself. So that means, like, funny is, though, too, you can find so much stuff in the dark web, it's not even funny. Because, like, I've actually found several documents that have to do with Project Blue Book, have to do with capability of, Project Extinction so far, and the rest of the thing like that, too. Like, what's kind of interesting, you can actually find, well, just, if you go ahead and find it, you can name it, and you can find any single thing that's in there. So the one that's kind of interesting too is that you can actually find all kinds of things that have to do with, well, not just dark web, but also dark web boxes too. And I have been telling people about that situation too. The dark web boxes are the ones that are actually real. So there's actually actual dark web boxes, if anybody wants to know. Because the one thing that's kind of nuts. Also, if you like the what I'm talking about here, also subscribe to my channel, which is mainly Anonymous Gamer. Just tell you. But I did glass on that situation that there's actually a lot of different things that you can actually have to, like, you can actually find 24 karat gold watches, 24 karat gold iPods. Well, technically iPod 6, because I don't get why they would have iPod 6 24 karat gold, which that's what I'm saying though. Nobody has iPod 6 no more. They got all these dumb iPod 10s and the rest of the situations. Like, even what's kind of funny though too is that we rely on our freaking phones and our tablets and our computers and so that so much that we can't understand why the capability of understanding of brain control comes into play with every single person. Like, when it comes to Facebook, what do you think Facebook really is in perspective? I mean, do you think it's actually actual process unit of, digressing of how much people can actually find out how much information you have on your Facebook itself? Like, same thing goes with Instagram. Same thing goes with freaking what is it called, Snapchat, and the rest of the games like that. Like, in perspective, that stuff is just to actually keep an eye on you to find out if you're actually a terrorist or not. If you noticed. I mean, technically, that's why I'm trying to figure this out. I mean, if I was a terrorist, why the hell would I be doing YouTube videos then? See, that's the one that's stupid. But I'm just fucking around here. What's kind of interesting though is that you can actually find actual people that are from what is it called, Iraq. That's actually in the dark web too. That's actually talking about the America and the United States and the rest of the game like that shit. When it's kind of funny though, is that 100% of the people are actually just jealous on certain touchy subjects like if you go ahead and go into the dark web itself, you can find the news of the dark web. You can find all kinds of things of the dark web. You can find a lot of stuff that has to do with so many crazy things. If you ask me, like um, there is so much shit. It's not even funny. Like, you can find hacked systems. You can find mod menus. You can find, well, porn, which is not that common on our actual web itself. But there's like all kinds of weird stuff. Like, you can find hacking tools that have to do with capability of breach attacks. Have the capability of being able to go into somebody's email address, be able to get somebody's phone number, password. If you know about it and you name it, you can find it. Trust me. I've actually found several capabilities of Wi-Fi passwords and applications than you would actually think in the dark web itself. So that's the one thing that's kind of funny about that situation. People can't understand why the hell am I in the dark web in the first place. Well, in perspective, I'm trying to find an actual capability of educational projects to actually tell about the public instead of keeping it secret like everybody else wants me to do. They want me to keep my actual intelligible capabilities secret from every single person around here in the world. Because if I keep it secret, then I don't think I would have to go ahead and give it to the public. See? And do you think that they would actually understand why the hell doesn't anybody actually stop the chaos what's happening around in the world itself? It's like, why can't they comprehend to actually stop the actual freaking government programs that's known as Project Extinction going on in the world? Why can't they stop every single thing that's been going on today? See, they just been making it worse too. Because, like, I'll tell you why. The government does not want to stop the drug capabilities of the actual drug cartel, because if they stop that situation, guess what? They run out of money in their pockets, and that's what's stupid. Why would you want that situation? Because you just the one saying, "Oh, well, let's get all the drugs off the streets." Yeah, dude, you're not gonna get all the drugs off the street. You're just gonna make it worse for everybody. See, you're just gonna make every single thing destroy itself for what it is. See, that's something I don't get. Why does everybody always have to fucking, match into the word chaos when it comes to a lot of stuff in the world itself, huh? Why can't you just let the world be how it is? Like, I know that you think that you're so good and intelligible public when it comes to this situation, but the government cannot understand. Why can't they just leave us alone? Seriously. What's kind of funny though too is that I bet you $5 if I went to Washington D.C. today and I sat on, the Capitol building of Lincoln, or if I sat on his lap, I bet you $5 I would get arrested for no damn reason, other than I'm just sitting on Lincoln's lap. Come on. And that's what I'm saying. You can't do anything in America without actually getting fucked over. Seriously. So then it goes to other countries too. I mean, I'm not just talking about just America, but I mean, there's a lot of shit that happens in every single country so far. I've noticed. Like, if you would understand how many countries so far that we have in the world itself, we got a lot. But what's kind of funny about that situation is that there's a lot of chaos happening in this world itself. And so far, I don't think anybody's actually ever noticed it around them. Because, like, if you would actually notice that the world actually has gone into chaos a long time ago, then you would know that every single thing around us would actually go ahead and, go kaput automatically. Because, like, imagine, I mean, I know it's just a video game here, guys, but just imagine this. One day, you guys are just strolling down the street, okay, and all of a sudden, a nuclear bomb falls out of the sky, thanks to the capability of us going to war at the time, see? And what's kind of nuts about that is once you go ahead and figure that out, it's just like Fallout. If you guys ever played Fallout, which is mainly Call of Duty, if you're wondering, I mean, not Call of Duty, sorry. It's similar to that. It's not Call of Duty. It's similar to the 60 style fighting game, but the funny is though they made so many Fallout games. It's not even funny so far. And what's kind of funny about that situation is that there's so much chaos with the Fallout game. It's not even funny because, like, nobody can trust each other. Nobody can trust the government because the government's still taking over at the time too. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody can understand why the hell is there so many people understanding the situation of the government in the first place. See, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. The government is the one that's actually trying to overthrow every single public in America itself. See, I mean, if we actually had the capability of understanding why the government wants us to actually, do what they want us to do, which is mainly go ahead and just spy through us through our devices, keep on spying through us with their satellite and everything like that. I mean, technically, that's actually kind of funny too. Is that there's actually a capability? I mean, been so many projects with the government so far too. I mean, Project Extinction, Project Blue Book, Project God's Eye. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on around here, and technically, that's kind of funny. There's actually a lot of shit that's been going on in this world now too. Have you ever noticed all the birds dying? Have you ever noticed all the volcanoes going off? Have you noticed all the weather going to hell so far? Someone's been playing with the weather and they're getting pissed off today. So they're actually trying to fuck this world itself. See, that's the one thing that we can't understand is that if this happens to us in this world, what's going to happen to the world itself, huh? Is hell literally going to come out of the ground and fight in the capability of honoring the, the gods against us? Or is they going to actually figure out how the hell is the world going to come to a conclusion of the world, actually being erupted, actually. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, if people would understand that, not everything in the world is peaches and cream, if everybody wants to figure that one out. Because, like, if everything was peaches and cream, we would actually understand that the world would not be standing here today. See, I mean, how we are so far is actually, we are definitely fucked for what we've been doing so far, too, if you noticed. Like, what's nuts is that the more trash and litter we put on this earth, the more likely we actually will be dead on this earth. See, I mean, I don't know if anybody understands that situation, because, like, if you can't really comprehend on that situation of the world coming to a close, or the world coming to a new deceptionable, you know doom that we just don't know about so far. I mean, technically, we're pretty much fucked at that time. So, I mean, I'm not being a dick or anything. I'm just telling you that if we can actually help everybody out in this world, that would be good. I mean, seriously, that would be fun if you can actually help everybody in this world. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, at least help everybody on this world. I mean, at least, you know, don't fuck anybody out of, having a actual perfect life. I mean, the funny is, though, too, I mean, sure, that half percent of people on this earth has not actually, automatically had a perfect life so far. See, not even I had a perfect life, and trust me, my freaking childhood was not very pleasant. If you guys understand that situation. The one that's kind of funny, though, too, is that every single person in this world can comprehend that not every single childhood you're not automatically able to go ahead and just, oh, I'm automatically able to go ahead and get money. I'm a fucking rich, all between my wildest dreams and all that old bullshit. That's not how life works, people. Fucking wake up already. One thing that's kind of funny, though, too, is that we can actually come together and actually help out this world more than you would think. I mean, if you notice, the Anonymous Corporation, too, is also fighting against the government slowly but surely, trying to take out the situations of, backing up every single person that's on this earth. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. At least back people up in this world. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Anonymous is known as a global fighting organization. See, a global fighting organization to actually help out the actual little people that are getting screwed by the big people. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, at least help out a lot of situations too. But also, what's kind of nuts is that I wish that everybody would actually, put be together for the situation of, a lot of stuff in perspective. Like, at least help out every single situation that, we've put out. So, like, if we go ahead and help out all the government, situations, I'm not talking about, like, we should help the government, but at least help out that situation that the government won't, constantly fight against us. But at least help out that we actually go ahead and go against them at the time. Because sooner or later, you gotta figure this out, guys. Sooner or later, the government will fall. Sooner or later, we will actually march on that ground soil and plant our flag right in front of the yard of the whole entire United States, and for freedom. Not for slavery, but for freedom. We will automatically have the right to plant our flag on that soil of America. We will automatically be able to go ahead and stand as proud as Americans as we can to be able to go ahead and take over the situation of the world itself. So that's what I'm saying. At least fight the good fight, guys. Don't just stand there and not fight for that situation of the world coming to a chaos control. See? Because once you lose your cool on that situation of the world actually coming to an end in this world, because, like, if you notice about every single thing that's been going on, like, there's been a lot of wars so far. There's been a lot of freaking stuff erupting. There's been a lot of all kinds of things. There's been a lot of floods. There's been birds falling from the sky. There's been chaos that nobody actually understands. I mean, at least actually understand that the world will actually come to a close sooner or later, but we just don't know when. Also, if you guys are wondering, how did you guys like that asteroid that was so close to our actual atmosphere itself, coming right near the Earth? See, I know that nobody would be able to see it at that time, but the one that's kind of funny about that meteor is if it would have hit us today, we would not be here talking. See, we actually would be, I don't know, somewhere else, not even here, not even existent. In perspective, too, what's kind of interesting, though, is that there's actually a capability of Project Bubble, if you guys are wondering, too. Project Bubble has to be a capability of, inner tubes of us actually being in a projectable, what do you call it, three-dimensional world that we actually don't know about, too. See, like, I know everybody knows that everything's real around us, but the funny is about that situation is everything that's real around us can actually just be an optical illusion that we just don't even notice. See, and what's kind of funny about that is that the capability of an actual artificial tube that's actually keeping us alive, it's not even funny. That's what I'm saying. I mean, at least actually try to understand that Project Bubble can actually be real. See, and that's what I'm saying. The government's trying to stop people from getting all kinds of secrets out so far now. I mean, at least that's what I'm trying to figure out is that if every single person can comprehend on understanding the actual world itself and actually comprehend and understanding why the world is actually how it is, at least try to fight against the world itself and actually look around you and put your device down once in a while. See? Try putting your phone down and just looking at the world for what it is and not what's around it. See? That means what you guys are seeing in a capability of actual artificial digital space is what you're just looking through your phone. See? Like that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to all the government programs that we have now, all those government programs, which are mainly Facebook, shit, what's it called? Facebook. Shit, what's that other damn mail service? I can't remember what it's called. Okay, fuck it. Oh yeah, MySpace and the rest of the game like that shit. And there's even Instagram, which is all that bullshit, which mainly the government invented too. Which is even stupid if you ask me, that they go ahead and freaking constantly keep spying on us just for nothing. I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, we're Americans. We deserve to be free and not freaking constantly spied on for nothing. I mean, seriously, I mean, if we were terrorists, we would actually be killing every single person that we've seen. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's one thing I don't get about people is that when it comes to the world itself, at least actually understand that if you actually would actually look through all kinds of capabilities of programs and actually go into the dark web and look for yourself on situations like that, you would be able to find secrets that the government does not want you to have on anything. And that's what I'm saying about that situation. The government doesn't want anybody to know the actual truth on anything. I wish that in perspective that every single person would understand why we can't actually get along in this world for once. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, if you let me ask you guys, have you ever had a good childhood ever in your whole entire life? I mean, you can go ahead and write in the description if you want. I'm just curious on that situation. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, not every single person would have a good childhood when they grew up. Like, even the people, even the kids in Iraq, have they ever had a good childhood? I don't think so. Because if you notice what we've been doing to those people in Iraq, and the rest of the gang like that. We've actually been bombing them. And then what's kind of funny though, those children are actually going to grow up to be hating America thanks to the situations of what we've done to them too. See, like at least try to help some people out that are actually from other countries in this world. I mean, if you would help out other people that are from other countries in this world, I swear to God, this whole entire world would be better off. See. That means that we actually will be able to get along. We won't be able to fight. We won't be having no wars. We won't be doing anything that's to do with, defeating the purpose of actually understanding the world itself. So at least help out one of another, at least for once. Even the perspective, I hate to say a Jewish thing here, but I'm going to do it anyways, is that God actually put us on this earth for a reason, okay? He put us on this earth for a reason just to help us out. And then what's kind of funny though too is that some situations that we forgot is actually that we have to understand that the world itself is here for a reason. But fun is though too, this world is actually trying to kill itself off because of what we've been doing to it. See, like we poisoned the oceans, we poisoned the land, we poisoned every goddamn thing around here. See, at least actually try helping the world for once and not actually trying to kill the world. At least do something about it, that situation. See, Sorry about that. I was taking a drink here. But that's what I'm saying. I don't get why we can't actually get along in this world. I mean, at least try to get along one person after another person. Because, like, I mean, if you guys would understand to actually help each other out, no matter what race, no matter what color, no matter what functionality, no matter what's wrong with that person, at least help that person out. Because, like, I know that nobody really likes the capability of our actual president in the United States. Because I mean, sure, he's a dickhead, and funny is though, he's also a racist. He's also a bigamist. He's also a pig. He's also a piece of crap. And that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't give a fuck what the government sees on this video. If they go ahead and see this video, I don't give a fuck about these little pieces of shit. The one that's kind of funny though is that they can kiss my ass for all I care. I mean, well, I'm gonna get arrested by the government all because I told the president to kiss my ass. Oh yeah. Okay, you can suck my fucking fatty. Is what I'm gonna tell him. Funny thing is, I would actually tell Trump that in perspective. I mean, seriously, he can go ahead and kiss a donkey's ass for all I care, and then go shove a donkey's, you know what, right up his fucking mouth. I was gonna say something there, but I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, as I'm saying, I mean, like, if we can actually get along in this world for what we've actually done, so that it would be actually better than actually what we've done. I mean, if anybody wants to ask me a question, you can go ahead. I'm free, all free right now too. You can go ahead and write me a question, whatever you want to do in the description right here, and go ahead and write a question if you want, and I'll answer it for you. But what's nuts is that there's actually a lot of interesting things you can find on the dark web too. And I'm gonna go back to the dark web talk for a second here too. Is that you can find a lot of scripts that have to do with being able to have hacks for your PS3 or your Xbox 360 system. You can actually go ahead and use those scripts to actually go ahead and access all kinds of defunctions on your device too. Like you can actually have a hacked PS3 or a hacked Xbox One system without actually having to do it yourself. Like, because, like, in perspective, how you can actually go ahead and use it and make a hack system is all you need is the capability of a microchip that you're able to go ahead and plant into the breadboard of that game system itself. See, most people don't understand that capability of actually jailbreaking your device too. What's kind of funny though too is that the government don't want you to jailbreak your device too. See, and perspective, that's why they go ahead and use the capability of warranty involvement. See, like, oh, you just hacked your device. Now you just avoid your warranty. Yeah, I hacked my device because it was called Freedom for a reason, dumbass. That's the reason, and you can't really take a warranty away from me in perspective because I just hacked my device. Wow, that's so simple. Just because I have more power in my hands now than I had before, because you just fucking suppressed my limit on the capability of power. See, I mean, what's kind of funny though too is that if you guys ever have a Chromebook, a Google Chromebook, that has the capability of powerful using of Linux. See, and what's kind of funny though too is that when you go ahead and use a Linux program on the Google Chromebook itself, you can actually have all kinds of capabilities of powers. See, like you can go ahead and set up all kinds of Linux hacking tools. You can go ahead and set up a PC game if you want. You can go ahead and set up a lot of stuff. Also, if you guys like what you're seeing here too, or hearing what you're seeing here, just go ahead and subscribe if you want more. Just tell you guys, and hit that bell icon if you want to hear some more of this stuff too. The one that's kind of nuts about that situation that there's a lot of stuff happening in the world too. I mean, at least understand, okay? At least understand. Put down the phone just for once. Put down the device just for once. And then understand by looking around your surroundings, you would understand that this world has already been coming to a close already. Like Project Extinction, okay? Project Extinction has to do with the capability of water supply poison, capability of chemtrails, capability of understanding to, sterile the human sperm count, sterile the human baby count, if you notice, like if there's a woman that's pregnant. Funny thing is, too, is that the capability of chemtrails can actually cause that baby to actually be deformed. See, and that's even worse. Funny thing is, it can also cause that baby just to be not to be insulting on the situation, be retarded. See, so that means that in perspective, that baby will not be able to function in school at all because of the capability of those fucking chemtrails that those government are doing to us right now. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, at least understand that the world could, coming to a close at the situation, though. That's what I'm trying to figure out is that if we would, stay alive longer than we actually did, then at least this Earth is actually going to be coming to a good conclusion, not a bad conclusion. See? And the one thing that I would actually like to understand is that if this world does come to a close, then at least we actually had a good life. See? The one thing that's kind of funny though too is that if you guys ever noticed, have you ever noticed that all these weekends have been going by fast lately too? See, like it's been, I don't know, it's just summer a couple of weeks ago, and now it's freaking fall all over again instantly. Hmm. Sounds suspicious to you, doesn't it? Because like in perspective, there's also a capability, I bet you, of time anomalies that's been happening around here thanks to the government. See. In perspective, if you would understand, the government is the one that's actually been fucking with us now, too. They've been using the capability of time anomalies to actually go ahead and speed up time or slow down time or even rewind time, and we just don't even notice it, see? And that's why I think all the world is coming to a close in that situation, because if you notice, why all the volcanoes are erupting, why all these waves are coming out of nowhere, why every goddamn thing that we have around here is going on, it's just going to hell in a handbag already, thanks to our own government itself. Like, what's kind of funny though too is that there was this guy in Japan. Okay, he caught something that looked like a sea monster, like a very small baby sea monster, out in the damn ocean itself in Japan. And what's kind of funny though, that bone skeleton was actually a dragon, and nobody could understand that situation. But funny is though, is that his government did not give him back that damn dragon itself. See, they kept it for themselves because they knew that there was such thing as dragons. See, and what's kind of funny though, that guy never got that skeleton back. See, and that was kind of funny. There's also another capability of another creature that's been seen around here, which is mainly the monarch monster, I believe it's called. And that's funny is though, it has a human hand, beak-like appendage mouth, capability of a dog face, dog hands, and one human foot, which is made on the front, which is weird. So that's what I'm saying, though. People have been playing God for centuries, if you guys ever noticed. That's the one thing that's nuts. I wish that people would stop playing God right now too. Like if you would understand this too, there's also a lot of stuff that's been happening too, which mainly has to do with the I believe it also has to do with human sperm and animal eggs. See, in perspective, that's what I'm saying. Now that counts as disgusting, if you ask me, and on that point, because our own scientists doing that situation with animal eggs. What the fuck is wrong with our human race? I swear to God, that's disgusting. I mean, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck is wrong with our human race? Actually playing God with animals and trying to play God with other things now too. Like, in perspective, what the hell's wrong with us humans? I mean, seriously, I swear to God. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with a human wanting to go ahead and then populate sperm with a goddamn egg of a animal? What the fuck is wrong with those people? I mean, sir, that's disgusting. I mean, at least have some courtesy and not actually do that shit, and actually have the courtesy of actually trying to have the capability of a human, not an animal. That's disgusting. What the fuck's wrong with these people? And that's what I'm saying. I really don't get why the hell does people always have to figure out though. Why can't we all just get that nasty ass shit out of our heads for once in this world? I mean, sorry about that. Sorry about the situation. I'm just kind of pissed off about that. About the world itself, because like first we want to play God, then we want to go ahead and fuck up the earth, then we want to go ahead and pay off the people that fucked up the earth, and then we want to go ahead and not pay off the situation of the government, what they've been doing to us. See, and now what's kind of funny though, they've actually been spying us 24/7. If you notice, like every single airport, every single store, every goddamn thing that we go into that has a camera, well, they have access to it too. Because I'll tell you why. If you go to cameraearth.com, in perspective, you can see every single camera that you want in perspective on that .com itself. See, so that means every single camera, yeah, you automatically have access to that. See every single camera in the whole entire world, like Moscow, Russia. I mean, Moscow, Russia. I'm just saying. Japan, Italy, France. You have access to people's inside door cameras, which is a little weird. Um, you can, and what's kind of funny though too, now they even have a program that's on the dark web that you can actually use a Sims card to actually take track of. That means you can go ahead and track that person that's on the Sims card, and automatically go ahead and find where they are at all times. Make sure to find out where their location is, where they are, what their password is, what their phone number is, and everything like that. Automatically, with actually having to have that access to that phone. So I mean, what's kind of funny too, you can even have the same situations with a Linux program if you go ahead and equip it onto your PC, MacBook, or Chromebook. See, you can go ahead and have anything that you discuss on that situation when it comes to anything. So that means like every single thing that's on the dark web is possible. It's just that you have to find the actual resource unit for that too. Like, fun is though, you do not want to go through the dark web if you don't have a VPN, by the way, too. Because I know that most people say, oh, VPNs are not very safe and so that too. In perspective, you want to make sure you have a custom VPN. That means you want to make sure that it's your VPN situation that you're able to go ahead and cover just without getting your IP address, located. See? And in perspective, if that actually happens in that situation, if your IP, gets leaked in perspective, then that's a little dangerous because if your IP gets leaked, you're pretty much fucked by then. Your IP will be all over the place. And in perspective, how to get it changed is either unplug your router unit or go ahead and include the capability of a VPN to make sure that you're masked when you go through the dark web itself. I mean, the dark web is a scary place, but not all the time when it comes to understanding where we actually can go through the dark web without getting hacked, and where we can find viruses that can actually go ahead and hack for us. See, like there's actually a Scorpion virus that you can go ahead and download to your PC, Mac. I wouldn't go through Windows if I were you, though, when it comes to the dark web, because if you go through Windows when it comes to the dark web, you're definitely asking for being hacked. Seriously. You're definitely asking to get all your identity stolen with the capability of Windows. See, Windows computers are not very safe and reliable when it comes to going onto the dark web. See, because like if anybody would understand, if you're going to go into the dark web, you want to make sure that you're very safe and not really, leaking any information that will go ahead and go to that situation. Like too, like you can find videos and pictures that have been leaked already too. Like there's actually capabilities of getting revenge on my ex-girlfriend, where you can go ahead and find I guess video clippings of those chicks that you've been doing dirty stuff, if you noticed. Like what's kind of funny, there's actually a website that actually does that and gets revenge on either your ex-girlfriend or whoever you want to get revenged on, to go ahead and take all those nudes and photos and videos that they have on their PC or laptop and automatically drag them back to your PC. See, in perspective, one thing that's kind of nuts about that is that why the hell, in perspective, would somebody actually want that situation to happen when they can't understand? When every single person has to be, you know, crazy about everything. I mean, what's kind of nuts is that you can find a couple of hacking tools that are pretty interesting. Like, there's actually a couple of hacking tools that you can actually have a virus farm with. Like you can virus farm with them. You can actually have all kinds of viruses that you can use to go ahead and take over anybody's PC without actually having to have access to it. You can actually access somebody's PC, which is mainly their laptop, just by using your phone itself. Go ahead and if you go ahead and go on to Google Play and you type in Linux, and you can go through a Linux support system like that, and you can go through there too. Also, you can probably go through Crouton, which is mainly for Google Chrome, or you can even go ahead and go through just a Linux program too, and just type in capability of Crouton through there of your phone. But fun thing is though, you want to make sure your phone has a lot of space, because those programs can take up a lot of freaking room in your phone. So in perspective, make sure that your phone actually has at least about 36 or you know
at least higher capacity than what it has, or at least a 280 megabytes or gigabytes mainly when it comes to that hard drive that you're going to be using that situation of the Linux programs with. Because if you don't use actual capability with that, then you can get fucked easily. So you don't want to make sure you don't get fucked by people that have a Linux program at that time. Because like what I got on my Chromebook, just so you guys, is that I have a Linux program that has to do with Mr. Robot. See, you can actually have breach attacks. You can have all kinds of things. You can have Wi-Fi attacks. You can have a capability of password encryption. You can go ahead and take somebody's password and just decrypt it if you want, and just you can also fuck with their router if you want. You can go ahead and use all kinds of things when it comes to all kinds of stuff like that. Like if you use the breaching tool, you want to make sure that if you use that breaching tool, you want to make sure that the security that you're going to be using it on is not very high security. Because if you use that high security breaching capability, you will definitely get fucked in the ass for that. Seriously, I'm not kidding. And I digress on this situation too, because like what's nuts is you can actually find a lot of stuff in the dark web that has to do with stealing cars. I mean, seriously, you can find cars that have to do with bigger cities. I mean, I don't mean in New York, but there's several websites that actually have stolen cars that you can find on there. You can find mafias. You can find capabilities of hitmen. You can find dirty cops if you want. There's actually several dirty cops I actually found through the dark web too. And funny thing is though too is that they will do anything for money if you get my drift on that situation. Um, has some of them are actually in New York, some of them in Texas. I've noticed. I have not found any of the cops in my state where I am in that situation. But the one that's kind of funny about that is that there's a lot of people understanding the crookedness of people in this world. Like, if you notice it too, what's kind of funny is I found this disposably SWAT situation on the dark web. It was hilarious. I swear to God, it's funny. It's what it says is, I will have my special SWAT come over to somebody's house and have them arrested and thrown in jail for over a payment of 2.6 Bitcoin. Really? Why would you want just to have it offering services of SWATs to go to somebody's house? Come on, that's stupid. I mean, it's kind of funny though too. I've actually noticed that this one guy won a gaming contest because he, I guess he beat everybody else on it. And what's hilarious, I guess he got swatted from somebody in a different country. And what's hilarious about that is that how the hell does somebody get swatted when that person didn't even live in that country in the first place, but somehow was able to go ahead and get a hold of a United States phone number? See, now that's hilarious if you ask me. And what's nuts is that there's crazy people going on in this world, if you ask me. All because if that person can't win that money, well, why the hell would you go ahead and swat that person? See, I don't get that. I mean, if you're gonna swat someone, at least swat someone that needs it. See, I mean, like pedophiles and serial killers and rapists and all that other shit like that. I mean, seriously, goddamn. Not just swat someone just because you can. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What's kind of funny though too is if you guys like what you see here, remember hit the bell icon and always hit the subscribe if you want to see more. I'm gonna be putting up some more videos later on too about dark web gaming as well too. I'm gonna see if I can find some dark web games through the dark web itself and play them out on my systems here. You can actually play dark web games on hacked systems if you guys didn't know that. It's just you have to go ahead and figure out the process unit and then suppress the unit into a capability of a flash drive. See, and what's kind of funny though, all you gotta do is convert the unit into the flash drive itself and go ahead and either make it into a kilobyte profile or go ahead and make it into a process profile itself. See, and then you go ahead and you're able to go and play games. I mean, funny thing is, you can even find Black Ops One on there so far on the dark web. So far I even found Modern Warfare 3 on the dark web, which is kind of funny if you ask me. But there's a lot of people that constantly use freaking mods on that shit still. Even if you're on the dark web, they still use mods. What the hell's up with those people? I mean, what's hilarious is that I can get about 64 kills easily on Black Ops, and then afterwards, when I do get those 64 kills, everybody goes ahead and just automatically kills me easily. See? And it's funny just to watch that happen. It's funny to watch me get killed by some random person, all because you're using a lag switch. You're not using actual skill to go ahead and play the actual Call of Duty game itself. See? I mean, at least have some common sense and at least try to play the game. Don't fucking constantly cheat and use lag switches. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree with that situation of constantly using a lag switch when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops or any Call of Duty game itself? Like, even now, the PS4 system actually has the capability of lag switches too. See? And what's even worse, now they're trying to fuck everybody over just trying to get some, XP or experience or diamond encrusted guns. Jesus Christ. I mean, what's kind of funny is that there's a lot of stuff like that. Nice. Now, what the games you. Let's see. Oh, mainly I like playing Black Ops. What about you guys? What kind of games do you like to play? Sometimes I'll even play, Fallout mainly, which is mainly just mainly the old Fallout games. In perspective, what games do you guys like actually playing? To tell you the truth. Yeah, I kind of like Doom as well, but the one that's kind of funny, the new Doom is actually kind of crazy, to tell you the truth. I mean, because now you can actually go ahead and melee the guys instead of just watching them right there and just fall to pieces, or have the guts flirt everywhere like the old Doom did mainly, which is kind of interesting because like the old Doom was actually a pretty good game. Now the new Doom, not so much because like it's nothing but melee attacks now. Anybody else have any questions? Hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, let me ask you guys, what system do you like the best? The N64, Xbox, 360, PS3, Switch, Wii, GameCube, and the rest of the gang. But other than that situation, there's actually a lot of USB flashes you can actually find for a PS3 or a Xbox 360. Nice. PlayStation 2? I kind of like the PlayStation 2 too. It's just that certain games on the PS2 is kind of weird just because of the capability of the script that they have for the PS2. It's just that when it comes to the PS3 2 itself, it's just that the actual station itself had a capability of just graphic issues. That's all it was. It was able to run all kinds of things just fine. It's just that most people can't understand that capability of graphics issues. That's all it was. And in perspective, if you understand the capability of graphics, because like now you can actually play PS2 games and PS1 games on the PS3. It's just that you're not able to play it on the actual PS3 that, what's mainly the Slim. It has to be the PS3 Pro to actually be able to play all those games you want. Plus, if you have a capability of a formatted PS3 system, which mainly the ones that's jailbroken because of a miniature SD card itself, which mainly I'm talking about like not just the SD card, but I'm talking about like the chip that you can implant inside the PS3. You can actually have access to ROM dumping that you can actually use whenever you want. It's kind of like if you hack the GameCube itself. Mm. The one that's kind of nuts is that when you go ahead and hack the PS3 Pro, is that you can have more access to any type of game in the whole entire world than anything else. I mean, what's nuts is that I wish that people can comprehend on the capability of ROMs you can actually go ahead and download on any device, on any mobile device like a tablet or PC or Chromebook or whatever you want, and be able to use those ROMs as well too. So like you would have access to the NES, the PS3, Xbox. I don't know about the Xbox One system just yet, but the Wii and the Wii U systems, you can go ahead and have a capability of ROM hacking by go ahead and homebrewing those systems, and that's what I'm saying. And now Nintendo is actually trying to get rid of homebrewing. Now, see, they're actually literally trying to stop people from homebrewing those systems to be able to go ahead and access applications that have to do with homebrewing in the first place. See, like you won't be able to go ahead and play all your old school games. They want you to go ahead and pay for those old school games now too. See, like now they're trying to stop every single .com from using ROMs. See, for their own purposes. The one that's kind of stupid though is that every single person goes ahead and can't comprehend on understanding ROMs are actually supposed to be for free people and not just for people that want to pay so much money for that shit. See, I mean, like, how much would you want to pay for something that was free in the first place, and it was old school at the time too? And what's kind of funny though, all those game systems that we had in the olden days, which mainly N64, between Sega Genesis and the rest of the game like that. And what's kind of funny and going all the way back, funny is though, all those game systems were at least about $200 or even up to $150 because of even though they were old at the time, they actually had a lot of purpose for actual capability of ROMing. See, in the first place, that's why people invented the capability of ROMs in the first place, is because everybody liked the old school games more than the new school games today. Anybody have any questions just to ask about any game contexts or anything? Or is it just SQ? The one that's kind of nuts about old school games is I think that they're a lot better now than the new school games today, to tell you the truth. Because like if we would actually can't comprehend. I know that the old school games were shit to be exact, because like just because of the graphics and stuff like that now too. But now every single person today is actually trying to bring back the old school games and make them HD quality. See, so that means that now they're trying to make the N64 HD quality. They're trying to make all the games that have to do with all kinds of consoles HD quality. Like what's stupid now too is that when you go ahead and use the Switch, well, the N64 Switch, is I already have mine hacked. Anyways, I have my home brewed, so you're able to go ahead and have access to wallpapers. You're able to have access to different ROM systems. You're able to have access to a lot of stuff. Like if you go ahead and switch out the Sims card in the Switch itself, you can go ahead and play actual PS3 or PS2 games on a Switch, which is mainly that's hilarious because that Switch is mainly only for Nintendo systems. See, same thing goes with the PlayStation 1 games too. You can play on there as well too. It's just you have to have a built-in ROM system in emulating with that capability of that Sims card that you already installed on that Switch itself. See, I mean, the one that's kind of nuts is that now everybody wants to go ahead and hack all their systems now too. See, that means like between Xbox, PS3, and the Wii and the Wii U system, I'm going in between the Xbox One, and now it's kind of funny. Now the Xbox One X, and now they stopped going for the word numbers. Now they started going on to the word different weird names for the Xbox systems now. And what's kind of funny now they bring out the PS5. What the fuck? What the fuck is the PS5? Where the hell did that come into play? The PS5? Oh my god, I have to go get the PS5 now since I already got the PS4 system. What's hilarious is now that they're having every single gamer in the whole entire world go ahead and use money applications to go ahead and pay for that capability that was free for us for centuries. See, I mean, what's kind of funny though too is that the only thing that had no free payment was the Xbox system. If you notice, like the Xbox is the one that started the started the payment system, and then afterwards the PS3 came out. And then what's kind of funny, after the PS3 came out, the Xbox 360 came out, and then the Xbox One X came out. But the funny is though, the PS3 you never had to pay online services for. See, but that's what's stupid about that now too. Is now they want you to pay big bucks for a whole bunch of shit that you don't even get in the PS3 version of Black Ops 3, but you get in the PS3 version of, I mean, the PS4 version of Black Ops 3. See, it was hilarious, and now everybody's freaking bitching because they get a lot of shit on the PS4 version. But funny is though too is they could have done the same thing that they've done with the PS3, which is mainly off of Black Ops 2. If you notice, like they put all that material in Black Ops 2 for everyone to use and for us to use as well too. See, the one that's kind of stupid is that they should have included the capability of automatically free payment for the PS4 system. Because, like, if you're not going to automatically have included payment for the PS4 system, at least try to have a simple situation of that system with that. But that's just a lot of theory and opinions on that situation. But that's what's nuts about that, too. But if you guys like what you've seen today, please fall asleep here. If you guys like what you hear today, like what you've seen today, all hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell icon for more new content. And I'll be doing some content on the PS3 when it comes to the capability of dark web games, which I've actually found a couple of them, which is mainly Call of Duty, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Doom as well. See, which is mainly the original Doom, not the new Doom that we have today, which is mainly for the Switch and for the Xbox One system and the PS4 system as well. But I'll see you guys later. This is Anonymous Gamer signing off. See you guys.